Thanks, Mr. Chairman. On one hand, the focus of this hearing seems to be on the draft opinion, as we just heard from the last gentleman and from several of the questioners on the other side. The timing of this hearing makes it suspect in and of itself. The line of questioning, what it seems to be is putting or attempting to intimidate the justices of the U.S. Supreme Court, and actually probably in some ways is going to encourage the continued advocacy in front of judges' homes and as DHS says, is going to anticipate increased violence. But in a way, that whole thing, that whole aspect of this is merely a distraction, because this isn't about that necessarily, and it isn't about saving a mom's life. That it rises in less than 0.1% of all pregnancies related to abortion. Advances in medical technology have developed so far that it is almost always possible to save the lives of both mom and baby. This isn't about pregnant men or how you define women, and this isn't about personal autonomy, because science has progressed so far to tell us about the individuality of that baby, the development, what the baby looks like, how it grows, whether it feels pains, recognizes sounds and voices, etc. No, what this is really about is nearly 65 million little persons who have been aborted, killed since Roe v. Wade decision. This is about killing babies. That's what this hearing's about today. Comedian Lori Kilmartin appeared on MSNBC to fantasize about having sex with the person who leaked the Supreme Court's draft opinion of Dobbs v. Jackson, then joyfully aborting the baby out of spite if it turned out the leaker was a conservative. This is about an Arizona state senator, a Democrat state senator, arguing that his own foster children should have been aborted. This is about Pennsylvania's Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman saying abortion without any limit is sacred. This is about a change in the cultural attitude about abortions. This marks a significant shift in what we have discussed over time about abortion, where even Hillary Rodham Clinton said in 2008 that abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. That isn't the debate anymore from the left. This is about shouting that taking the life, this is from Michael Knowles, I'm quoting here. This is about shouting that taking the life of the innocent in the womb is not a big deal. Quote, the late great Norm Macdonald once mocked a friend's suggestion, at the time a common refrain, that the worst aspect of disgraced comedian Bill Cosby's sexual crimes was, quote, the hypocrisy. No, Norm responded, I actually think it was the raping. It's my feeling that most rapists are hypocrites. A man willing to commit enormous sins will more easily commit lesser sins, and one struggles to imagine a more egregious sin than killing an innocent little baby. This is about the left telling pro-life Americans that they should shut up when pro-life advocates protest Roe v. Wade and pray for it to be overturned, but advocating for groups to violate federal law and protest at Supreme Court justices' homes to intimidate them. Or when some have failed to condemn violence, like the arson at Crisis Pregnancy Center in Wisconsin or in Oregon, or attacking churches and houses of worship who preach the sanctity of life, or remaining silent when the Virginia Attorney General, who warns pro-abortion protesters that they must refrain from harassing worshipers, gets his window shot at, or when the Secretary of the Treasury testifies that abortion is actually good for the economy, apparently forgetting the economy of the life of the unborn in the womb child. The left will stop at nothing to advance this radical agenda. Last week during our markup, one of our colleagues said, nothing will be enough to protect our democracy and our fundamental rights short of sending this far-right majority on the court to its rightful place in the minority and into the dustbin of history by expanding the Supreme Court. We have heard, well, let's just ask Ms. Foster, is abortion an act of love?
Never.
Are pro-life policies racist?
Absolutely not.
The reason I ask that is, at a House Oversight Committee hearing, a state of crisis examining the urgent need to protect and expand abortion rights, one of the witnesses there, who also testified previously in this committee, said abortion is a blessing, abortion is love, abortion is freedom. Is it any of those things, Ms. Foster?
It is not, and how many times you repeat a lie does not make it true.
So we had a member of the House testify that abortion restrictions are part of the intertwined systems of oppression that deny Black, Indigenous, and people of color their constitutional rights. Is that accurate, Ms. Foster?
Absolutely not. pro-life policies are meant to protect all human beings.
Thank you. My time is up. I yield back.